Mick Foley, a WWE Hall of Famer known for his outspoken views, recently voiced strong opinions about Donald Trump in a video on his YouTube channel. While The Undertaker has praised Trump for making politics fun again during an interview on his 6 Feet Under podcast, Foley takes a very different stance. For Foley, the novelty of Trump's political rise quickly wore off, and he now sees Trump as a deeply problematic figure. Foley acknowledges that, for a brief moment in 2016, Trump brought an element of entertainment to politics. But as he reflects on the past 8 years, he insists there is nothing amusing about Trump anymore. Politics were fun for a couple of weeks back then, but now there's nothing enjoyable about watching someone like Trump potentially becoming president again, Foley explains. One of Foley's central criticisms of Trump is the divisive rhetoric he frequently uses, especially the phrase, "the enemy within." Foley sees this as dangerous political language that Trump has borrowed from historical figures like Senator Joseph McCarthy. When Trump talks about the enemy within, it's clear this is his go-to message. He's using words that stir up fear, words co-opted from one of the worst figures in American history. It's not just a mistake. It's a tactic, Foley argues. Foley is particularly frustrated by the unwavering support Trump continues to receive from many working-class Americans, despite Trump's long history of business practices that he believes hurt these very people. Foley shares an anecdote about Kevin Nash, another WWE legend, who told him about a bartender whose father, an electrician, was never paid for his work at Trump's Taj Mahal. The contractor couldn't afford to take legal action against Trump and ultimately lost everything. Trump knows that hardworking contractors don't have the resources to fight back, and he uses that to his advantage. He bankrupts them and shatters their dreams. Foley urges Americans to look beyond the surface and research Trump's business history, particularly how he has treated workers and contractors over the years. It's well documented he's failed to pay hundreds of contractors, yet still claims he only hires the best people. That's a lie, Foley says. In addition to his critiques of Trump's treatment of workers, Foley also raises concerns about Trump's threats toward his political opponents. He cites a recent NPR study showing that Trump has issued over 100 threats to people he sees as rivals, including figures like Kamala Harris, Barack Obama, and even his former vice president, Mike Pence. Trump doesn't just throw around the term enemy within lightly. He's made it clear he wants real consequences for those who oppose him, whether it's impeachment, prosecution, or worse, Foley warns. Addressing Trump directly, Foley questions whether Trump would seek retribution for his criticism of Supreme Court justices like Clarence Thomas and Samuel Alito, whom Foley strongly opposes. In a candid and somewhat humorous moment, Foley admits he hesitated to call Trump a derogatory name for fear of retaliation, but ultimately couldn't hold back. "I didn't want to call you a douchebag, but the truth is, you are one," Foley declares. As the video concludes, Foley encourages viewers to vote for Kamala Harris, signaling that his concerns about Trump extend beyond rhetoric and into the future of American democracy. Whether Foley's passionate plea will influence voters remains to be seen, but his message is clear. He believes it's time for the country to move on from Trump.